Good afternoon, HR professionals. Cynthia Thompson here, and I am with Eric Harrison. Hey, Eric.
Hi, Cynthia.
And he is one of the attorneys with Wimberly Lawson, and he is presenting tomorrow.
Yes.
Wonderful topic, 7 skills for effective HR management. And I know this is something everyone's going to be interested in, Eric.
Yeah, I think we'll have a good turnout.
I think you will too. What time are you speaking?
I think it's at 9:30.
9:30. Okay, so if you guys are here at the conference in Sevierville, you have time to go see Eric. But those of you who can't make it, he's going to tell us today what those 7 skills are.
I am. I think probably the first thing you'd want to think about is communication. I mean, nothing is as important in an HR role as communication. That's sort of the bedrock of everything else.
That's true.
That flows from that.
Right.
Organizational skills are really important. You know, I found in a lot of the folks I consult with that, you know, when there's nobody else officially designated to do something in the organization, it falls to HR. They wear a lot of hats.
That's right.
Typically, they have to be very well organized and be able to condense a lot of information, a lot of different, juggle a lot of balls in the air at the same time.
That's true.
Of course, knowledge and expertise is important. I mean, there's no substitute for knowing your stuff, bottom line, and being an expert
being
and experienced.
certified is really helpful.
Very helpful. That's exactly
Yes.
right. Getting your education hours in and those sorts of things, because labor and employment law is such an ever evolving area of the law. I mean, it has changed every year. Every time we come to these conferences.
Every month.
Yeah, really, exactly.
I mean, we're constantly getting alerts about changes in the law.
Absolutely. So it's an ever evolving area, and you have to stay on top of it. So knowledge and expertise is power in this
That's
job.
right.
Of course, you have to be a good leader. I mean, they're the HR folks are typically the liaison between upper level management, typically in the rank and file. So you have to have some good leadership skills. People have to trust you. You have to be able to lead them in a good way, in an effective way, and be in a role where people look to you for guidance and can trust what you're telling them to do.
And that is one of the main competencies for the SHRM certification.
Absolutely. And then, of course, being a good person for conflict resolution, because that's a lot of what happens is you're dealing with conflict. It's you don't have as many. It's about like being a lawyer. I rarely have people come to me and go, "Hey, listen, I just want to tell you what a great thing, how great my life's going." Usually when when they come to me, it's because they've got a problem. HR is often the same way.
Exactly.
They don't stop by to tell you how great everything is.
They don't just sit down and chat, do they?
No, they don't. They come in because they've got a problem, or somebody comes to you because they've got a problem. So being a good conflict resolution manager helps a lot there. And that has to do with doing investigations, being thorough, being fair, and that sort of dovetails into the trustworthiness that the folks have to believe in what you're doing is the right thing, and that you're doing a thorough job. It's really important.
And so many of those conflicts are between managers and employees.
Absolutely.
And it's because they just don't like each other personally.
Yeah, and it can come down to simple personality conflicts, and a lot of that is, of course, communication. Lack of communication goes right back to that. And then in that whole vein of trustworthiness is the person has to have some discretion and good ethical qualities about how they do their job. Again, the people that you're dealing with, whether it be management or the employees, need to trust that you're going to be discreet about what's going on where it's necessary, that you're going to be fair, and that you're going to treat it in an ethical manner. So I think that's really important as well.
Ethical and confidential.
Yeah, absolutely. I think folks on both sides of that need to know that's important.
Yes.
Because a lot of the things that they deal with are very sensitive, obviously, in the day-to-day work world. So, and then probably the final thing has to do with multitasking. It's like I said a minute ago, you juggle a lot of
multitasking still in.
But you juggle a lot of balls in the air. No, it's in. Trust me, you're gonna have to deal with it again. Wearing all those different hats, you got to be a good multitasker, and that comes with practice. And I really do feel like it's a learned skill. It's not something you're just naturally born with. Some people take to it better than others, but you can learn how to do it.
Learning to juggle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just effective habits and doing things in a routine every day. And you get those things, if you're well organized and you've got your habits in place, then, when you add one more to the list and the different things you're doing in a day, you can handle it.
I guess so. We always have.
That's right.
So tomorrow in your presentation, you're going to go into depth about how to do all this.
We're going to do a little deeper dive on this tomorrow.
Awesome.
Well, we've got an hour breakout.
That's great. So this is a great teaser for you guys who haven't been to this. We'll because it hasn't started yet. Give us the time again, 9:30.
I think it's 9:30 tomorrow.
9:30
It's that
tomorrow.
first breakout session after the
Yeah,
big session.
here at the conference in Sevierville, which is lovely, by the way.
Yeah, it's a
We're
different
enjoying
venue
it.
for us
It
this
is.
year.
And we are
We're
enjoying
getting
it.
good feedback from the attendees so far. We've enjoyed it.
Oh,
It's been a good
absolutely.
place.
Everyone says they love it. So those of you who can attend tomorrow, and those of you who can't, thank you so much for joining us. And stay tuned for more interviews tomorrow morning from Sevierville and the Wimberly Lawson 40th Annual Employment Law Conference.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.